Hi, it's Marla Steele with another edition of Marla's Magical Musings, and even though I'm a pet psychic, I'm also a human psychic too, because you can't work with the animal without working with the person. In fact, I often say that the animal acts as a doorway or a portal, and that they bring the people to me, and then that's when all the fun really begins. We go on usually a deep spiritual journey. A lot of my human clients end up taking my classes, and we do healing sessions together, and it's all because they contacted me about an issue with their pet, and they saw how their animal was able to transform, and then kind of gave them a few ideas as well. Here is a case just like that, a recent client. I've worked with her and her family's animals for years, and this session was just for her. We did quite a long phone session because pretty much everything I do is by phone, and then I'm at home scribbling notes and drawing diagrams and playing with color, and sometimes playing with my animal chakra charts as references if I'm working with an animal. And in a way you could call it distance voodoo, but not the negative connotation of voodoo, but like we're doing a mock-up of something and we're observing it into reality. And so even though I'm doing some things here on a piece of paper, my clients several hundred miles away are feeling it. So here is something that morphed into quite an interesting story. You can see the stick figure. Well, it just started out as I was drawing two little ears. So it's just drawing ears in green because I wanted to work with the acupoints that are here in the ears. And so I was just drawing the energy up and down and imagining releasing all of these important points. Well, that turned into, I wanted to draw a halo over the head. So connecting the halo to the two ear points. Then I realized, hey, this looks like headphones, and now I'm hearing you as a rebellious teenager listening to a lot of loud rock and roll music. And then it came to me, we need to time travel back to that coming of age period and do some energy healing there. And that's where I went ahead and drew the rest of the body in, because that's what showed up for me. And I started doing a little rose quartz swirling energy around the heart. And that might have been 5 minutes along, where I was just channeling things, saying things, and my client was feeling it just by me drawing this pattern on the heart. So then it came to me that we were supposed to do concert healing. And it turned out rock concerts of all types, and music was a big part of my client's upbringing. And so I started circling this foot. This represents her left foot here. And I said, okay, describe for me one of the concerts that just stood out for you. And so she mentioned Sinead O'Connor and all of the qualities of her voice and the intimate theater she saw the show in, and all of these sensual experiences tied into this concert. And I said, great, we're going to take that energy and we're going to run it up your left foot and all the way up the left side of the body and start looping that around. So she could feel that. She could feel that on her end of the phone. So then we went to concert number 2, which was sort of a 1980s New Age Jam Festival. And I said, okay, that one wants to go in on the right side of the body. So that festival is here. Now, what was interesting about that was she described arriving at sunset. It was very tranquil and peaceful, and she could hear one of the bands already on stage singing, and she and her friend looked at each other and they felt like the entire world had stopped. It was a very mystical, kind of connective moment, and they felt like this song was being sung just for them. And so she recalled all of those feelings, and we ran that energy up into the right side of her body and looped that around and played with that pattern for a while. And all of these amazing feelings came back, and then the session continued on with a few more things. But it was bringing the song and the dance back into her life, bringing some of these qualities of friendships and relationships, and then doing some healing back in the time of that coming of age rebellious teenager, and how those energy patterns when they were unwound could shift her today. So that is just a little bit of a sample of how I use both Reiki, Matrix Energetics, and actually a whole line of tools in my tool bag to play with energy, to affect a change, or for me to help observe a noticeable, trackable change in my clients. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and maybe it spawns your creativity in ways that you do your healing practice, or maybe you decide you want to try having a session like that. My website is healingwithenergy.com, and if you're not sure about doing it for you, sign up for your pet, because they will show you. They will lick and chew and yawn and get up and do things during the session that lets you know, hey, something is really going on here. You should check it out. All right, lots of love to you.